Good morning. Welcome to Plugged In and the first Monday of February, 2025. More about Joseph right after this. And we're glad that you're with us. The sun is shining. Some spring-like temperatures happening at least the next day or so, and then we'll probably get back to some wintry temperatures. Hey, it's Super Bowl week, so for those of you who are fans of that, and especially Chiefs, what a week it's going to be. Glad that you're with us again. We're going to be in Genesis chapter 37. If you've noticed the last few weeks, I've just taken the time to read the story out of the scriptures, and I will do that again today. But I want to open it by passing along a saying that my dad used to share with my sisters and I, and maybe you've heard a similar saying. He would say to us at different intervals in our life, two wrongs don't make a right. And basically what he was trying to convey was this truth, that if someone does something wrong to you, it is not justified to do something wrong back to them. Essentially, retaliation with a bad action against a bad action does not make the situation right. And Joseph's brothers should have understood that. Two wrongs don't make a right. Joseph was wrong in flaunting his dreams. Joseph was wrong in kind of conveying an arrogant spirit of what he would be doing in the future. He was immature. But his brothers were wrong in what action they took. And it was an action that actually would carry on for another 20 years. The story is found in Genesis 37, picking up around verse 38. What has happened is the brothers are out tending the sheep. Joseph has went to look for them, and when we pick up verse 19, here's what it says. But they saw him from a distance, and before he reached them, they plotted to kill him. They must have had extreme hatred in their hearts. Here comes that dreamer, they said to each other. Come now, let's kill him and throw him into one of these cisterns and say that a ferocious animal devoured him. Then we'll see what comes of his dreams. When Reuben heard this, that's one of his brothers, he tried to rescue him from their hands. Let's not take his life, he said. Don't shed any blood, and don't lay a hand on him. Reuben said this to rescue him from them and to take him back to his father. So when Joseph came to his brothers, they stripped him of his robe, the ornate robe he was wearing, and they took him and threw him into the cistern. The cistern was empty. There was no water in it. So I bet that didn't feel very good. They sat down to eat their meal, and they looked up and they saw a caravan of Ishmaelites coming from Gilead. Their camels were loaded with spices, balm, and myrrh, and they were on their way to take them down to Egypt. Judah, another one of the brothers, said to his brothers, "What will we gain if we kill our brother and cover up his blood? Come, let's sell him to the Ishmaelites and not lay our hands on him, After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood. Wow, what a soft heart he has. His brothers agreed, and so when the Midianite merchants came by, his brothers pulled Joseph up out of the cistern, sold him for 20 shekels of silver to the Ishmaelites, who took him to Egypt. And when Reuben returned, he saw that Joseph was not there, and he tore his clothes. He went back to his brothers. The boy isn't there. Where can I turn now? And they took his robe, and they slaughtered a goat, and they dipped the robe in the blood. And they found, what they did is they decided to take that robe back to their father Jacob and say that a ferocious animal had attacked him. And so for the next 20 years, Jacob thinks that his brother, or that his son Joseph, is dead. We don't find the word hatred in this story, not today's story, but leading up to it. But the actions of the brothers was one of jealousy. I don't know who ever said it, but there's a saying that goes this way: jealousy is the horse the devil loves to ride. Now, we're living in similar society today, similar world. None of what we read here in the scripture are we exempt of. We have people that hold grudges and have hatred in their heart toward other people. And along with that is a jealousy. And two wrongs do not create a right. And so the challenge and the encouragement for us who know that the scriptures teach that we're to get rid of all of those things is to live a life worthy of the calling that we have received, to live as Christ would want us to live, and to be living at peace with our fellow man, whether they be in our family or in our neighborhood. So I just want to encourage of you, if you've got some animosity or hatred or jealousy towards someone, first of all, examine your own life. And second of all, reconcile and make amends so that there's peacefulness within the relationship. We'll be back again next week on Plugged In. We'll do some more of Joseph's story. We'll kind of jump a little bit further in the text. We look forward to having you with us. See you next week on Plugged In.